About 5 months ago, I made a video on Dubai South and it did well. But since then, a lot has changed. I have been getting the same message in my DMs and comments ever since. Charlie, can you please give us the updated version of Dubai South? So today, I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to give you every community, every price. I'm going to give you the airport confirmed real timelines and a 62 billion dirham retail deal that was signed 2 months ago that most of my viewers have never even heard about. And the honest answer to the question that I get asked the most, is Dubai South actually ready and is it a good investment? By the end of this video, you will understand this corridor better than most brokers that are actively selling in it right now. Stay until the end because I am going to tell you something about villas and townhouses in this area that I think most buyers are completely underestimating right now. And I'm going to show you 3 communities adjacent to Dubai South that are flying under most people's radar and why Dubai South is such a good investment because of those. Now, before anything else, I want to give you some context because Dubai South is genuinely misunderstood and the misunderstanding costs buyers clarity. Dubai South is not a suburb. It's a 145 square kilometer master plan city, which is roughly the size of Paris inner city, and it's built around one anchor, the world's largest airport. Look at the maps on the screen. There are 6 districts visible right now. The aviation district around Al Maktoum International Airport, the logistics district, the business park and commercial district, the golf district on the western side, and the residential district on the eastern edge, and Expo City Dubai, where the Expo 2020 site used to be. Every single one of these districts is active and operating today. Now, I want to spend 30 seconds on what each district actually means for property demand, because this is the part that most people skip over. The aviation district is built around the airport. That means tens of thousands of airline staff, ground crew, aviation engineers who need somewhere to live. The logistics district, one of the UAE's primary freight corridors. It means warehouse managers, freight forwarders, and supply chain professionals, all needing homes nearby. The business park free zone already has over 25,000 registered companies. That is a corporate professional population creating immediate rental demand right now. Then we have the Gulf district. This is where Hayat and Emaar South sit. Lifestyle and family products for longer term residents. Then we have the commercial district. It serves the broader business ecosystem, and Expo City, confirmed as one of 2 new urban centers in Dubai's official 2040 urban master plan, already has 80% of its commercial space leased with 40,000 professionals planned. Every single district on this map is a demand driver for residential property. Now, that's not in theory, that is right now today. And sitting directly west is the Jebel free zone, one of the largest free zones in the world, over 9,700 companies. That combined employment base, Dubai South plus JAFZA, is the rental demand engine that exists right now before the airport expansion even begins. 1 million residents and 500,000 jobs at full build out. That is the scale of what the government is building here. But first, let's talk about the airport because everything starts and ends there. Al Maktoum International Airport is open right now for passenger flight. What is under construction is the $35 billion expansion that turns it into the world's largest aviation hub. The confirmed numbers, you're looking at up to 260 million passengers annually at full build out, more than Heathrow, Dubai International and JFK combined. 12 million tons of cargo, 5 parallel runways, 430 aircraft stands, 70 kilometers of airport land. Now look at the aerial render on the screen. Those 5 terminal buildings, those runways, the scale of what is being built here is not a rendering of something theoretical. 55 billion dirham in contracts are being awarded in the coming months. Over 10 million work hours are already completed on site. The confirmed phase 1 opening date, straight from the Crown Prince Sheikh Hamdan's statement in June 2026, is 2032. Emirates Airline has committed $10 to $12 billion to this airport. They do not write checks that size for projects that they are uncertain about. Here is my honest opinion. When phase 1 opens in 2032, 6 years away, if you are buying in Dubai South today, you are buying before the main catalyst land. That is where the upside lives. That is also where the patient requirement lives. If you need yield from day one without a long horizon, I will tell you which parts of this area give you that. But before the communities, let's look at Expo City, because the two are connected. And the Expo City story right now is genuinely impressive. Expo City Dubai is the legacy of the 2020 World Expo. 24 million visitors came in 6 months. That 3.5 square kilometer site has now been permanently transformed into a smart innovation district. Right now in 2026, over 80% of commercial space is leased there. Business registrations are up 25% in H1 2026. Siemens, DP World, and huge other established headquarters are here. It also has its own dedicated Dubai metro station. It's a 15-minute city. Work, home, leisure, culture, all within walking distance. Long term, you're looking at 35,000 residents and 40,000 professionals there on a daily basis. 5 districts inside. The Dubai Exhibition Centre is expanding from 45,000 to 150,000 square meters, and that will be done by 2027. For property, if we look at Emaar Heights, from 1.4 million dirham with a handover of Q1 2029. If you want to be in this corridor but want something more built out right now, Expo City is the answer. If you want a bigger upside tied to the airport, the communities I'm about to show you, that is where that upside lives. Now let me walk you through the communities, and before I do, I want to explain something important about why villas and townhouses, specifically in this area, are worth paying very close attention to. Now, Dubai South and the surrounding corridor has a supply problem, but it is not the one that most people talk about. Yes, there are a large number of apartments delivering in this district through 2027 and 2028. That supply wave is real, and I will come to it honestly in a moment. But here is what most people miss. Villas and townhouses, they're genuinely private, gated ground level family homes with gardens. Those properties are extraordinarily rare in this part of Dubai relative to the demand. The vast majority of what's being built in this corridor is apartments, studios, one beds, low-rise blocks. When a developer releases a proper master plan villa community in this area, like Emaar or Dubai South properties, with branding, lifestyle infrastructure, and a confirmed delivery track record, it sells out every single time. Within hours in most cases. The scarcity is real and it is not going away. The land that could accommodate villa communities is very limited. The airport takes the largest proportion of the site. The logistics district takes another. What is left for low density residential is very limited. In a corridor targeting 1 million residences, the number of villa and townhouses that will ever exist here is small relative to that population that will be coming. This is why I focus on villa and townhouse products in this corridor when I'm talking to investors. Not because apartments are bad, because scarcity protects value. And right now, there is genuine scarcity on a quality private living community in Dubai South. There are 122 sub-communities in Dubai South. I'm not going to walk you through all of them, but I am going to focus on the ones with a clear developer story, a lifestyle differentiator, and pricing that I think is genuinely compelling. The entry-level apartment blocks, let's talk about studios and one beds, you're looking at between 500,000 and 700,000 dirham. They are solid for yield right now. Strong rental demand from JAFZA and logistics workers, gross yields of between 7 and 9% in the right buildings. But if you want to understand where the more significant long-term position is, this is what I am looking at directly. Let's look at the Pulse, which is the residential district, the most established community in Dubai South as of today. Ready apartments and townhouses, studios from around about 30,000 per year to rent. Purchases here from approximately 800 dirham per square foot. The most rental liquidity in the area because it is the most built out right now. If yield from day one is your priority, the Pulse is one of the most predictable options in this district. Then let's look at Emaar South. And I say this every time and I will keep saying it. Emaar South is not Dubai South. They are not the same thing. Emaar South is one developer's master community inside the wider district. Know the difference before you read a single listing. Emaar South is built around an 18-hole championship golf course. There are 23,100 residential properties planned, golf-facing townhouses and villas from 3 to 5 million dirham. Your price per square foot here is around about 1,200 to 1,500 dirham. Gross yields of between 5 and 8%. Current and upcoming handovers, if we look at Fairway Villas, they are handing over Q3 2026. Greenway Townhouses are handing over Q2 2028. And Golf Lane Villas are Q4 2028. Then if we look at South Bay, this has villas and townhouses from around about 3.3 million dirham. It is lagoon living, resort style amenities, its own dedicated South Bay Mall, 200,000 square feet, lagoon views, 60 retail units. It has a gym, food hall, spa, clinic. This is where I would be looking for the buyer who wants to be in a corridor on a medium-term horizon with a community that feels like it's complete sooner. Now let's look at Hayat. This is one that I want to spend the most time on. Hayat is developed by Dubai South Properties, and that is the most important sentence in this entire section. Dubai South Properties is not a private developer taking deposits and hoping for the best. It is a state-backed master developer. The government entity directly are responsible for building this 145 square kilometer city. In the UAE context, government developer risk is as close to zero as it gets. 10 million square feet, 2,500 homes, townhouses, villas, mansions, apartments, and hotel apartments located in the Gulf District directly adjacent to the airport. You're looking at parks, walking trails, lagoons, community lakes, retail boulevard, and a community mall, all part of this master plan. A 2 billion dirham construction contract has already been awarded for this. The construction commenced Q2 2026. The first phase hands over by 2028. When the two first phases launched, it sold out within hours. 1 billion dirham in sales. Now, if you look at the payment plan, it's only 5% down on a reservation. You pay about 55% during construction, 20% on handover, and then there is a post-handover payment which you pay for 2 years after you receive the keys. That post-handover element is extremely rare. You are controlling a completed asset while 20% of the purchase price is spread over 2 years of payments. It's exceptional for investors that want to manage their cash flow. If you look inside there, you're looking at twin villas around about 3.6 million starting. It's a government developer, staged release and phased delivery. Most credible combination of developer quality and early mover pricing is in this corridor right now. Now, I want to be straight with you about the supply picture because your money deserves honesty. Dubai South is in the data. It is one of 5 areas in Dubai that together makes up of over 31% of the total city's upcoming supply pipeline through to 2028. A significant volume of that are apartments, and they are delivering in this corridor before the airport hands over fully. In pockets of the residential district, particularly generic mid-rise stock, rents will face competition as supply absorbs. That is exactly why developer quality and product type matters so much in this specific market. When a large wave of similar products hit the market simultaneously, generic stock gets caught in the compression. What survives, what holds the value and the rental income is the product with a genuine differentiator. A government-backed developer with a stage release model, a villa and a townhouse product with no comparable competition, a master plan community with a confirmed lifestyle layer. Again, let's look at Hayat and Emaar South. These are not products that will get hurt in a supply wave. They are the ones that will benefit the most from it because the contrast between them and the generic supply becomes more obvious as the market compresses. Know what you're buying and know why the developer behind it matters so much as the location. Now, I want to talk about something quite different here, but 3 developments sit in the wider corridor, which is immediately adjacent to Dubai South, not directly inside. The formal boundary, but close enough that any serious buyer in this area needs to know that it exists. Emaar Grand Polo and Resort. This is in DIP, over 60 million square foot. There's 22 residential clusters built around 3 dedicated polo fields, jumping arenas and equestrian facilities. The total investment exceeds 41 billion dirham. You're looking at 3-bedroom villas, 5-bedroom villas and townhouses in this area. Obviously, it's built by Emaar and the handovers are Q2 2029 starting from. It's less than 10 minutes away from Al Maktoum International Airport. That is Emaar's largest luxury villa master plan in the southern of Dubai. Second, we have Emaar, the Heights and Country Club and Wellness. This is near Dubai South again, 81 million square feet. There was 55 billion dirham awarded in development. Wellness club, resort pools, jogging, cycling tracks, yoga decks, 3, 4, 5-bedroom villas and townhouses. You're looking at an incredible Emaar product in this corridor. These handovers are expected around about July 2030. And again, it's around about 10 minutes away from Expo City. Lastly, we have DAMAC Riverside. There were 1,900 townhouses and villas, which were 4 and 5 bedroom. This kind of concept here is inspired by Rome, Paris, London, Amsterdam, and New York. Each zone has its own character. You're looking at floating cinemas, aquatic leisure, waterfront restaurants, huge green parks. It has a community farm and green zone. This hands over from December 2027. One of the earliest in this corridor. 3 developer names, 3 product types, 1 corridor, all pointing in the same direction. That is Dubai South. Now, I want to give you the retail picture here because this one is actually huge when this news came out. 5 months ago, when I made my last Dubai South video, the retail gap was the honest gap. People were living here, but the infrastructure to make it feel like it was a complete city, it was lagging, and that is changing fast. South Bay Mall is confirmed. 200,000 square feet, lagoon views, food hall, gym, and spa. Hayat Community Mall is confirmed and under construction from Q2 this year. And the one that changes everything. In May 2026, Dubai South signed with Majid Al Futtaim, that is the developer behind the Mall of Emirates, to build a 62 billion dirham mixed-use master community spanning 22 million square feet inside Dubai South, anchored by a major shopping mall. The CEO of Majid Al Futtaim said directly, Dubai South is emerging as the next major chapter in the city's development. 62 billion dirham is not a speculative statement. That is a confirmed, committed position from one of the most significant retail and community developers in the Middle East right now. 5 months ago, a corridor with extraordinary long-term potential and a lifestyle gap. Today, 62 billion dirham, Majid Al Futtaim community confirmed, South Bay Mall in planning, Hayat on site with a government-backed developer, and 2 billion dirham construction contract has been awarded. Airport Phase 1 is confirmed for 2032. Expo City, 80% is already leased and growing. There are 3 adjacent Emaar and DAMAC communities building out the wider villa corridor simultaneously. The question I keep asking about every market is simple. Where is the edge of the city today and where is the infrastructure going? Dubai South answers both questions in the same direction. And right now, the edge is still being priced like it's the edge. The investors who are here before 2032 are the ones who will look back on this the way that marina buyers look back in 2004. If you want to understand exactly what makes sense for your specific budget and timeline in this corridor, fill out the form in the description. I will come back to you personally and let's have a chat. Please do like and subscribe as it really does help me keep making content like this. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.